Uh-huh. Hey, babe. What's going on? Listen, come talk to me for a second, please. I just wanted to chat about a few things that's going on. It's not even giving a whole lot of stuff, all right? Just from what I can recall off the top of my head, all right, just want to come chat. So, first things first, honey, we have to talk about Miss Royce Reed, okay? Let's get into Miss Royce Reed because for the people that don't know Miss Royce Reed, not only was she a basketball wife, okay, being on what the first season, maybe the second season, all right. Royce used to be with Dwight Howard. Okay, they dated back in the day. She ended up having a child by this man, and when I tell y'all, she has aired this man out in more ways than one. On multiple occasions. All right, so much so that this man has gag ordered her in the past. Okay, I do believe that gag order may have ran out, so she has come to social media to let us know that she had a baby by Superman. All right. We all know who she's talking about. That's the only child she does have. Okay. She has one by him. She's also a dancer. She used to dance back in the day for a basketball team. I don't know, was it Orlando Magic or something like that? But anyway, she used to dance back in the day, which is kind of how they may have met or whatnot. But she goes into the entire spiel on her page, and she's had a lot to say. Okay, a lot to say to air him out. That had me looking at him sideways, as I always have. In addition to that, I was over there looking at her a bit sideways as well. All right, even though I still support Roy. You know what I'm saying, Royce? I still support her and everything that she's had to endure dealing with this man as her baby daddy. It has been a lot. It and I know it's been a lot for her because it's a lot for me to listen to all of the videos and things that she's put out there about him. And I guess he's just gotten to a place where he's just really tired, okay? He's trying to be happy in the space that he's in, I suppose, honey, doing these different podcasts. And, he's also engaged at this moment to a YouTuber turned rapper turned I guess you could say reality star, cast member of Loving Hip Hop ATL. I don't think he's going to be on the upcoming season. At least I hope he's not, okay? But it appears that they may have been dating for some time and now he's engaged to her and everything. And, Miss Royce came to the front to air him the hell out because she says that he keeps effing with her. And that's what is a bit confusing for me because I'm like, how is he effing with you? Maybe he's been effing with her with the podcast. Cause I ain't know nothing about the podcast. I saw what she said first. Then I saw him saying things on podcast after the fact. So I don't know which one really came first, but that's what had me wondering, like, well, how is he messing with you? Like, is he messing with you behind the scenes or something? Which could very well be true because that's kind of their history, right? He does strike me as a person that do a lot and then hide his hands at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I think Amy does think that she have her one, and I don't know. I feel like granted, people can change. People have a right to show up and be somebody completely different than what they are today. That's very possible. But at the same time, in more recent events, okay, he just had some lawsuits and things out there about him. So I don't know. I just feel like if a lot of people coming to the front saying some stuff, so at some point, y'all, I'm gonna believe that it's true about you. Okay. So I don't know if that's a person to trust, but then again, Amy will do anything, at least how it appears and how it comes off on television for a man, just to say she got one, just a little pee, And I hate that for her, but if that's what you want to do, it's not my life to live it. So I'll do my best not to judge it. But girl, congratulations and good luck, okay? But listen, Royce has had a lot to say about this man, like I said, airing him out about all different things that has happened, okay? And questioning his involvement in somebody's death and a lot. Clocking him, showing, her receipts and stuff. Well, he has finally decided to send her a cease and desist. Okay, threatening a lawsuit. Like either you be quiet, shut the hell up, or you and I'm sorry, and you apologize to him for the things that you may have said, and we won't sue your ass. Okay, and she's like, baby, what more do you want from me? Y'all done already took so much having me tied up in the courts anyway all these past few years. So what you want me to do? I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so I tell you one thing though, she did not retract a single statement. I have not seen a single apology come from Royce. Royce has put a photo up of the dango cease and desist, honey. Okay, she done put that out there for the people to see. And yeah, it's given, I'm not taking it back. That's whack. All right. So what else is going on? She did put up a GoFundMe though. She is asking for people to assist her. I think at one point she was asking for 5,000. Then she said she was asking for 10,000, and I was kind of glad she was asking for a little more because I'm like, girl, 5,000 finna get you what? What that finna get you, honey? But also, I don't know how it's performing. Last time I checked, she only had about $200 on there, but it's been a few days, so I'm sure it may have increased or whatnot. Not necessarily sure, but I also feel like a lot of people are getting tired of hearing from Royce. They feel like she's been saying and telling the same old stories over and over and over again. I mean, she is giving us some new details, though, things that we weren't fully privy to before. She's giving new information, but some people are like, okay, girl, move on. All right. Live your life. Go. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all what I've seen online where people like, live your life. Like, just live your life. Hey. I don't know. Girl. It's hard to say that because I ain't in her situation. I'm not walking her shoes, you know what I'm saying? Walking in her shoes or anything. The only connection I have is having a child, you know what I'm saying, by a person that, in my opinion, I would say wasn't present. I didn't really endure what all she endured, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel like I about got the better end of the stick because I ain't have to deal with all of this, okay? Because you wasn't really, not really, you wasn't here for a good minute. Okay? Now, my son may feel away even though he don't, from what he lets me know, he don't give a damn, But, that's however he chooses to feel. He has a right to feel however he chooses to feel, okay? But, that's my connection that I would have to Royce, being like a single mom and stuff. So I hate that she had to endure that. Then doing that with a person that people would see as powerful because of his status in, the professional league of sports, and him having the most money, right? So I can imagine all of the gaslighting that she had to deal with, okay, and the financial burdens and things, over these years. So I'm not gonna necessarily tell her to give it up and let it go, and I don't know. Okay, because I didn't walk in her shoes, and that stuff she carries all the time. And sometimes people do need to get their stuff out to get the hell on. All right, and I guess maybe more stuff has happened and she need to get it out. Some people are like, girl, we just heard you on Carlos' podcast not too long ago. Shut up. We heard you a few years ago. Shut up. Here you go with this, giving us these breakdowns. Girl, shut up. Listen, I have nothing to say. I've just been listening to the breakdowns, getting more tea, honey, learning more that I did, being nosy. Yes, I have been. Being nosy. She put it out there. So is it really me nosy? Being nosy, because I ain't really going over there snooping for it. She just giving it to me. So I'm consuming. Period. Okay? But that's what's going on with Miss Royce. She might be facing a lawsuit real soon. I'm sure she's gonna put that out there because she has yet to apologize or anything. She's actually seeking some financial help at this time. So we'll see how that's going to play out. I'm about to check her GoFundMe real quick though to see how that's doing. Okay, good. Okay, so she now has almost $3,000 on her GoFundMe out of the 10,000 that she is seeking. Okay, so hopefully that works out. She says, hey y'all, first I want to thank you all for your outpouring of love and support. It means more than you can imagine. Prior to telling my story of how my life changed when I had a baby by Superman, my son and I had been struggling for over 17 years. I've dealt with harassment, threats, defamation, and career loss. I eventually fell into depression. I can imagine. Okay. She says, I still dance on TikTok and smile through the pain because I felt at some point I'd pulled through. Luckily I do. She says I did, she mentioned something about, luckily I did due to my village. Okay. I guess she meant to say she pulled through because of her village. There were days I thought about taking a bottle of sleeping pills and running off an overpass and believing if I was strong enough to just do it, by the time I changed my mind, it would be too late. After this man took everything from us, my savings, my mother's savings, and my dignity, he still proceeded to harass and belittle me. Most recently, he spoke to our son on PlayStation Party and degraded me, his mother, so bad to the point our son went off on him. She says, I have worked since I was 16, but the bills I've accumulated dealing with this man are, it's a lot. And you know what? Even with it being a lot, she did say that it takes her a lot to even have to ask for help and ask for support. She'll just suffer in silence or whatnot. She didn't even want to put this GoFundMe up. People kept telling her to put it up. She didn't even want to put it up. And then when she put it up, she could have asked for way more than what she asked for. She only asked for $10,000. When she talks about her mom's savings, I'm like, girl, I'm sure your mama had way more saved up than 10 racks. Okay. But it already was a struggle for her to want to put that out there. So I guess I get it. Hopefully she accomplishes the goal that she's seeking. And we'll see how this gonna play out for her. But I don't think he gonna stop, honey. I think he gonna continue to be on your arse. I hate that. I really, really hate that. I hate seeing a lot of these men have these women in terrible situations and paint them out like they so bad or whatever the case is, and then turn around and be ain't shit ass daddies to the sons or to the kids too. It's like, I don't know what be going on with them, but good luck. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about something else, child. Now listen. Now, I did get into a piece of this. Now, I'm going to be honest. I have not gotten all the way into... Well, let me say this. I have not finished Blake Lively's lawsuit, okay? I was reading it, I think it was last week or something like that. Every night, I was reading, a little bit more. Maybe the week before last. Whenever it was, I was reading, a little bit more every night. And pretty much, I understood the gist of what was going on. Just a little bit from her point of view, right? I believe originally it started off as I believe they said it was like a CRD complaint that she had against her co-star. So basically, for the people that's clueless, Blake Lively is an actress, okay, who's married to Ryan Reynolds, from my understanding. And this guy you see here is Justin Baldoni, who's also an actor as well. And they had a movie to come out last year called It Ends With Us. And it pretty much came from a book that was written. And I believe that Baldoni was the one. I don't know if he has full rights to the book, but he has some type of connection to the book to where he was able to move forward with getting a production company to work with him to want to bring this actual book to life in a film, okay? From my understanding. So Blake was casted to be in this film, and she was supposed to be one of the main characters, I guess, like his girlfriend or fiance or whatever she's going to be to him. And I didn't finish the movie yet either, and I started watching that and I didn't get a chance to finish that. But anywho, so the movie ended up coming out. They started doing some press and things, and they weren't really doing press together, okay? It came out that she was doing press with the other people of the cast, and he was kind of doing solo press. And what was crazy was the fact that while they were doing press, they were on two different angles, covering two different types of angles of the, I think his was more so DV driven, okay, and advocating for survivors and stuff, whereas hers was a bit different. Okay, and people felt like she was more so trying to promote her hair care line and different stuff like that, they were saying. So it's been a lot going on. Okay, so that was already weird, and people started being like, what's going on? Why are they not doing this together? Have you noticed how weird this is? And then people would go and go to the social media to see if they're following each other, and it looks like she's not following him, and none of the other cast members are following him either. Okay, so it wasn't much long after August when they did the promoting and everything, and I think it was August, some point in 2024, after they did the promoting. I do believe that Blake Lively filed a CRD complaint. I think it's a civil rights kind of complaint or whatnot about him complaining that she was pretty much sexually harassed. And she also listed in the lawsuit the different things that he has done. Also, the CEO of, I believe it's Wafer production company, how he may have, sexually harassed her, how they pretty much invaded her privacy when she's in her dressing room trying to breastfeed or whatever, how they're exposing, one of the guys exposed their naked pregnant wife giving birth, because there's supposed to be a scene where Blake is supposed to be giving birth. I don't know if they were trying to use it as an example. She talked about how Justin, would want to kiss her longer than expected, adding additional intimate details and things into the script that were not warranted, were not needed, and would not have an intimacy coach on hand as she would request. She felt as though his team were trying to pretty much assassinate her character, make her look bad, harm her career in some fashion by putting out salacious articles and things. She ends up bringing up something called astroturfing, and I wasn't familiar about that, but once I learned about it, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to side eye a lot of things now, because basically with astroturfing, what they said that it is when there are a ton of people online that appear to shape a certain narrative about a person, and you may think that it's regular people, but it's not. It's an actual company that's pushing a certain narrative. And that may be why people say bots. Oh, these are bots or whatever. Okay. So I'm like, oh, child, a lot of these, viral conversations that may happen. Now I'm wondering, okay, who's really doing this? Is this really the American people feeling away? Or is this a scheme that they set up? Some type of company to come to us with the BS about certain people. All right. So that's sketchy Betchy. But she talked about all of that. She has a full list of things. She said that she has complained to Sony. She tried to complain to Wayfair about the behavior of Justin. Then she goes on to say that, the head man in over Wayfair also did some things that made her feel like she was being sexually harassed or whatnot. Some of the castmates have said, according to the lawsuit or the complaint or whatever, they also can attest to witnessing certain things and experiencing some similar things and similar behavior as Blake has. So girl, Blake, I'm not gonna hold y'all. Y'all know I'm typically a person, I don't automatically believe survivors and all of that stuff. That's really not me. I like to, most of the time, just chill, wait, see what the information is, okay? I ain't really do that this time, y'all. I kind of read through it, and I was like, ooh, and when she had, like, different receipts and stuff, I was like, oh, my God. I was like, so he really did do this, girl? Like, oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? So I'm leaning more towards Blake Lively side. Girl, the one time I should have stayed in the middle, girl. The one time I should have stayed in the middle, Justin said, okay, here you go, get that, slide that over there to her real quick. I said, oh my God. So I haven't even gotten into his lawsuit at all, but I have been watching different TikTokers and different people, discussing it, getting into like, some of the lawsuit and stuff. But this is the thing. He is primarily, as of now, from my understanding, he's suing New York Times because they published, something salacious about him or whatever. And I believe that they may have done that on behalf of Blake or whatnot. But yeah, he's suing New York Times, and now they're saying that he is planning on suing Blake Lively. And in the documentation, from what was shown, and matter of fact, did he already file the suit? I'm not sure if he's already filed the suit against her, but here's the thing, this is what I can tell you. In his documentation, child, he has text messages between him and her. Now, she had text messages as well in her documentation, but it seems like, according to him, she didn't tell the full story. So he's like, I got the full story for you. Okay. So I don't know what's going on. Like in her lawsuit, also, let me go back to her lawsuit real quick. She talked about, how she felt like the people were trying to damage her career and stuff. And she was able to obtain text messages, emails and stuff from his people, stating that they were trying to bury her. Okay, and him talking about how, look, like, this is the type of information we gonna need on her. This is the type of things that we gonna need to, get her before she can get me, type thing. And he like, wait a minute, okay? Don't be trying to sit up there and act like I did something to you, girl, okay? I'm over here trying to protect myself from you. It ain't the other way around. So, girl, it's just a mess, okay? So, Justin has been exposing things. He is suing these people for $250 million. Okay. Now I do believe Blake, I think she went from a CRD, a civil rights complaint, to now I think that she is I think she may have actually filed suit. Okay. It's so many different moving parts to this story, and I definitely gotta get up to date on some things, especially by, checking out his lawsuit and stuff. But yeah, they're saying that he is suing the New York Times, and it appears that it's because of things that they published on behalf of what Blake put out. They said Baldoni's lawsuit argues the legacy media outlet pushed a false narrative by cherry picking out of context, and in some cases doctored private communications that weren't intended for outside eyes. Okay, so basically it's based on her lawsuit and what was published, and so now he's suing them, and he feels like while she's saying that, oh, I'm trying to start a smear campaign on her, it's really her starting a smear campaign on me. Baby, I was not expecting Justin Baldoni to come out here swinging the way that he's swinging and exposing the way that he is. It's crazy, okay? The way he's coming out with the evidence and showing how Blake tried to take over pretty much the entire damn film. That was never her. She ain't sit down with nobody. Like, you ain't sit down with the author and all this and that to move forward with this film. I did. You over here trying to do your own actor's cut when I'm the director, and we should be doing a director's cut. Okay? She tried to pretty much force her way into control. Okay? throughout this entire project. And I'll never forget, I had saw a interview that he did on the red carpet. And on the red carpet, they asked him about the second part of the movie. And I think it begins with us versus it ends with us or something like that. And then they asked him if he, would direct and this and that and the other. And then he says real sarcastically, he said, I don't know about that. But I tell you what, I think Blake would. I think Blake would be a great director. Yeah, she could do it. She did it. And I'm like, what is that about? Now, why would you say it like that? Right? So it makes more sense now when he's filing this suit and feeling like, it's not me coming against her. She's trying to ruin me. I'm not trying to ruin her. And now I get the sarcasm from the interview. Now I get it. Like, yeah, she want to have so much fucking control. She wants to have producer credits. She wants to do all of this and be in charge. Okay, so much so she got her damn husband and added in on the shit in some capacity. Got him over here allegedly berating me, screaming at me and stuff, and I have witnesses and things like that. So yeah, she could direct it. She'll do a great job. Let her ass do it. Like, that's the energy. Now I see what he was doing. So I don't know who is telling the truth with this. I don't know who is telling the truth, because even though he's calling out her character as far as how she showed up on set and stuff, and he feels like everything that she asked for, she got. That's what he says. Everything she wanted, any adjustments that were made, they gave it to her because she was talking about quitting. If y'all don't let me do it how I want to do it or whatever, then I'm going to quit. Okay? So, I don't know. Okay, because he could be telling the truth. It doesn't mean that everything that he's saying about her doesn't mean that he did not do the very things that she also said. So child, I don't know. And let me tell you something. All that her talking about she would quit. I do feel like the liability would have been more on the studios than it would have been on her. Because they would have had to fight it after paying her to be like whatever upfront money or whatever money they gave her. They probably wouldn't be able to get that back potentially. I don't know. But they definitely would have had to spend more money out just to go and find another actress to, you know what I'm saying? Or go through the process of auditioning all over again. You got to pay these casting people. And so I just feel like they would have took more of a hit as a production company. So they started to kind of like give in and kind of give that lady what she want. But child, the people been clocking the hell out of Blake. And I'm like, dang, not Blake not being the person that I thought she was. I thought she was a sweet old lady. Not old, but I thought she was a sweet woman, but now it's giving more of a Karen just a little bit. And I don't know what to think anymore, because the people been saying she's been a bitch since Gossip Girls. And I'm like, what? So it's a lot going on over there. And Justin Baldoni said, baby, I will not be going down without a fight. I don't give a damn how big your name or your husband's name is. Okay. Y'all not finna play me. So girl, leave your thoughts and comments down below, because this is messy. All right. Let's go ahead and move on, honey. Okay. Next, I want to talk about Rickey Smiley. All right. So Rickey Smiley, he did a quick interview. All right. I'm not gonna play the interview, but listen, he did a quick interview, and it wasn't really quick, but he did an interview where he opened up and let everybody know that he has found out that he is the father of two little girls. Okay. Two beautiful little girls that happen to be twins. Okay. He's been around these little girls all their life. Shall I say, he's been around those little girls all their life, didn't know that they were his children. He thought that the boyfriend that the woman was with was the father of those kids, right? That's what he thought. And yeah, he said that his son passed away. I can't remember what year it was. I think it could have been in 2022, was it? Or was it 23? Don't quote me. But a year after his son passed away was when he learned that those twins were actually his. Okay? Yes, girl, that man lost a son and gained two more kids. He says that he had been around those kids. They would come over to his house for birthday parties. I don't know if they were for his nieces, nephews, or some other children that he may have, but they would be around, but he never knew that he was their dad. And my thing is this, though, Mr. Smiley, did you have an inkling if you were their dad, though? Because some part of me feel like you about knew that them kids was yours. Even though somebody was telling you that, hey, these ain't your kids, this is somebody else's kids, let you tell it. I'm wondering, because I just feel like the time frame, you knew when you was smashing somebody. And then shortly after that, that person's pregnant in the same year and stuff. Come on now. I feel like he always knew that those kids could potentially be his. I don't know what made him go and get the test, or if she wanted him to get the test, or what. Some part of me does feel like it could have been him wanting to fill a void because he lost his son, and maybe wanting to know, like, hey, could these kids really be mine? Like, I'm like, can you test them just to see? Like, maybe it could have. I don't know how it played out. But something about that don't sound right to me. I just feel like any man that about to smashed on a woman during a certain time frame, and then you see that she's pregnant, especially if you've been around these kids the whole time, and that means that you've been knowing the mom for a minute. And you also know when you smashed on her, period. And really, you ain't even got to be around a person like all these years. You smashing on them is enough time within that same year, that year frame, for you to see like, oh snap, they pregnant. I wonder if is it my kids? You know what I'm saying? But anyway. So I feel like he did know, but he did not know for sure. And he found out for sure a year after, okay, his son passed away. And I thought that was a nice story, you know what I'm saying? To lose your child and then to gain these other two kids, and I'm glad that they know who their real father is. All right. So I thought that was good. I did have an eyebrow raise about that because I'm like, what the hell? And then next thing you know, this young man comes to social media and he starts dragging. Okay, he starts talking about how Rickey filed, the baby mama filed, the baby mama filed, her oldest daughter filed. The man just saying all kind of stuff. Okay, about these people being filed and saying that she had him believing that the kids was his the whole time. And I see why she would do that, because when I tell y'all the man, and I said I wasn't even gonna play Nan. I said I wouldn't, I'm not. But listen, it's on TikTok, okay? But listen, the man do look like Rickey, okay? The man looks like Rickey Smiley, y'all. He look like a younger version of Rickey. When I tell you, same hairstyle, got the glasses, got the beard, brown, same complexion, okay? Yes, Miss Ma'am has a complete type. Do you hear me? And yeah, that man was pretty much calling her out, and he even alleged some things, okay? And this is heavy on the alleged. He's alleging that the girl been Rickey Smiley's side chick for multiple years, umpteen years. And then saying that he was accusing Rickey Smiley of messing with the girl when she was 17. And I'm like, sir, now why would you do that? Is that true? I don't know if that's true, but I'm surprised I haven't seen more blogs and stuff, posted. But that man got on that video and he was upset about it, and he was just calling everybody foul and they wrong and all kind of stuff, okay? Because he sat up there and got played, and he thought he had some children. He told me he falling out with his family and stuff over this type of stuff. Okay, I guess they felt like he wasn't doing enough or something for the kids or whatever the case was. So yeah, so he feels like the woman is foul. But child, ain't that messy? Ain't that messy? You coming out telling your story, and it's supposed to be all that. Look at God. That is so nice. That is so kind. Then somebody else will pull up and say, not so fast, honey. Not so fast, sir. Okay, because you've been over here getting into some things, and we finna get into you. And you've been messing with this girl for a very long time. And that's the part that kind of made me believe some of what the man is saying, because how you did not know, if you got some twins and this is somebody you've been around the whole time, and you've been around these kids since they've been born all of their life, you had an inkling that these were your damn kids. And it makes me feel away slightly, because I would think that Rickey Smiley is a nice man, a man of integrity and all of that. So I would assume that he probably would have tried to get a test a long time ago. Why wait? Unless the young lady was telling him, hey, it's the other guy's kids, okay? Because I think he did mention that in the interview, okay? I think he did say that he thought that they belonged to the other guy, only to find out that they were his, okay? And I wonder did she genuinely believe that was the other man's kids? And found out something happened, and found out that, oh, okay, well, if they ain't yours, then they must be Rickey's, because the girls, they kind of favor both of the men. They do. And when I saw the picture with Rickey originally, I was like, oh, wow. I was like, yeah, they look just like him. I could see it. Okay. Then this man pop up on the screen. I was like, ooh, bitch. Girl, what? What is going on? Okay. So I'm not going to put it up here, but y'all can go to the T room. Okay. Go to the TEA room over there on the Facebook or the TikTok, and they'll have it up there for y'all to check it out, girl. So y'all can go there. Okay. Now that man better be careful putting them stories out there about Rickey, honey, because Rickey may try and sue you trying to accuse that man of messing around with that girl at an underage. That's not nice. Okay, so I don't know, and don't do that. And then y'all know what's his name? Cat Williams can't stand Rickey Smiley is what it seems, and he about to do another interview with Shannon Sharp. Don't have that man trying to add that into his little story. Okay, but I don't know, girl. I don't know what's true or not, but I'm just telling y'all. It's all alleged, but I hope that it's not true. Okay. Leave your thoughts and comments down below though. Okay. But let's go ahead and move on. Let's move on. All right. Next up, Miss Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. You know, I forgot that over during the summer, I think, of 2024, these two were in bed together and they were playing a game like it was one of those TikTok games where who does this versus who does that or something like that. And we never saw any more pictures, at least I didn't, or video of them together. So, I mean, I honestly kept thinking that Megan probably was just single or doing what she want to do. I don't know. Well, it looks like they're still going strong, supposedly, because she posted this image to social media, right? And when I saw it earlier that day, I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit because I was like, oh, Megan, I'm like, don't let nobody know who you dating, girl. Just wait. You know what I'm saying? Until it's a little more official later on down the line, especially with the way everybody try to be on your ass about stuff. So it's like, just, let them folks know when they find out at a later time. Okay. They ain't got to know everything. Well, she said, I'm in a good space today and I want people to know what she did that for. Because the moment that she let everybody know who she was dating, there was a young lady that came out of the woodworks. Okay. I do believe that she was out there in Houston. This girl came to the front strong. Okay. I mean, airing him the hell out. Okay. They have been messing around for many a years, it appears. She mentioned something about 2023 and he sent her money and she got, not only text messages with this man, but she also has, DMs from this man. And then a lot of the evidence she showed was also as recent as December of 2024. And I'm like, girl, that's crazy. Now, I don't know. Do y'all think the girl should have kept some of that to herself and not even said anything? Like, if he wasn't your man, then be quiet, don't say nothing? Or do you think she should have definitely exposed him? Some part of me feel like it needed to be known. If you've been messaging this girl last year and you talking about you want to suck the milk out her breast and all of this other stuff, sir, you're dangerous. And I do feel like Megan should know that, despite the fact that it may be an embarrassing moment, it needs to be known a bit because you need to know who you're dealing with. Now, granted, he might just be somebody, he might be Megan's favorite. She might have plenty of dudes she's sliding on, but he just her favorite or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I hope she's not sliding on multiples. You know what I'm saying? Like he about out there sliding on multiples because I just feel like, what I'm saying? Like STDs don't go nowhere, girl. They just, spread. They don't go away. They spread. It's what it seems like. So just got to be a bit more careful than that. This I hope this is a lesson for Megan to know, like, man, when I get my next dude, I am not posting SHI. But then it's like, do you not post because you don't want the haters or the attackers or the girls to come out and claim they've been with your man and da-da-da? Or do you post so you can find out who you really dealing with? Y'all gotta like, which one is it? Would y'all prefer somebody to like just don't even post and what Mel said, respectfully cheat? Or would you rather post a man and go ahead and know what the hell going on so you can go and get them the hell up out of here? All right. Now, sometimes people can fake messages too. That'll happen. They'll concoct a whole thing. But Miss Ma'am had so many screenshots and they was flowing that I don't think nothing she's saying is inaccurate. And then the guy that she's dating is Torrey Craig. I believe he's a basketball player. I don't know who he played for, the Bulls or something, but he's a basketball player. And he comes to the front once he first saw her air him out the first time, okay? He's like, oh, my God, I ain't know people wanted clout so bad. But I did not recall seeing him actually deny anything for real, okay? So then the girl came out and said more, airing him out even more, showing screenshots of when he's actually Apple paid her money. Megan, you better listen, girl. You better girl, listen. You better do something about that one. You better do something about that one. I personally think you need to cut him loose. Now, the problem gonna be is he gonna try to woo you because Valentine's Day ain't that damn far around the corner. Okay, it's gonna get here very quickly. He gonna be trying to woo you and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't trust that. I don't like that. I feel like that man should only have one time to embarrass you. But here's the other thing, though. I mean, maybe it's because it's more recent, because I'm like, well, why you ain't say nothing last year when you know you've been in communication with this girl's guy and they were sitting in bed, you know, like playing the couples game or whatever. And then, she did say in the on the post that she thought that based on what he was trying to tell her, basically he kind of tried to downplay the situation he had with Megan, like it wasn't what you think it was. So she just like went with it, and then he wasn't her guy or whatever like that. But I guess the fact that he sat up there and was messaging her in 2024, and then all of a sudden I think he stopped communicating with her. That's when, and then she saw this post. That's what really made her want to air his ass out. So I don't know, child. I mean, it's good to air him out so you know what the hell going on, because you've been talking to this girl the whole time. But also, I don't know, girl. This just messy as hell, if you ask me. It's just giving messy. Okay? It's just giving messy. I don't like it. I think Megan should, move in silence in my personal. And the way this girl going, I feel like she going to continue to drop even more SHI, because now it's attached to a person that's bigger than him, and that's Megan Thee Stallion. So she exposing the shit out of him, baby. And I feel like it just might be more to come. So we'll have to wait and see. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below about everything that we just talked about, honey. I am Jami, that's me, okay? Make sure that you liking up the video and all of that. Make sure you're also subscribing to the channel, all right? Follow me on Instagram as well as the Twitter, honey. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel it.